This is Hannibal here from thehannibaltv.com. How the heck did Midion almost die? By the way, there is an interview with Midion on this channel from John Paz. How he almost died was, and by the way, his real name is Dennis Knight. He had to go for surgery, and they found that his appendix was shredded. He had a hernia, and his blood sugar was at skyrocketed levels. He spent 8 days in the hospital and almost died. He thought that the stomach pain was from a bowel obstruction. That's what the surgery was for, but it ended up being his appendix was totally shredded with a serious hernia. So he seems like a really nice guy, and apparently he's a hell of a cook. Raw is continuing. WWE, you got. I mean, I wish they would do the smaller stage everywhere because, as I said, the Titantron was cool in 1996. That's almost 30 years ago. Get rid of the friggin' Titantron already. So they're saying the Barclays Center is going to be sold out with. It is sold out, 13,345. That's a really good crowd for wrestling, and they have been selling out. I think this is like seems to be like 15 or 16 in a row now for TV tapings. But yeah, you could they go to these 20,000 seat arenas, and they're still cutting off 6 or 7 thousand seats for these entrances that you don't need. Tunnels are cool, and it looks cooler to have a full crowd that's not blocked off, in my opinion. I like the UFC tunnel. That's just my opinion. And we saw that they had almost 16,000 last week for the Chicago Allstate Arena, so they could easily fit another 3,000 at the Barclays Center if they wanted to. Tony Schiavone's dog passed away. Very sorry to hear that, Tony. I actually saw my dog Good Friday and today, and I love her with all my heart. She's 14 now, and I could really sympathize with you, Tony. Tamara Stock, 2021 Olympic gold medalist, debuted on a house show. Sorry, I guess I really don't find that interesting, do I? At a house show in Melbourne, Florida, on the weekend. Um, Apparently she's good. Um, it'll be interesting to see. They don't really need a development territory anymore, to be honest with you. It's good to have like a tune-up school, but when they started the development system, like with OVW, they did have previous ones when WCW was around, smaller ones like Rick Bassman's UPW, less formal and really just kind of quick schools before getting onto TV. But like there's Impact, MLW, NWA, which you hardly hear about anymore, GCW, these European wrestling leagues, and then there's AEW, which has so many wrestlers. But like, do you really actually need a development league anymore? Because it's not like when WCW and ECW closed and the territories closed. There's pretty much nothing. Um, and then at one point, TNA was mostly ex WWE guys, but they did TNA actually produced Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, tons that I'm not even thinking of right now. But yeah, I don't think you need how who is the biggest star from development? I mean, Roman Reigns was from Florida Championship Wrestling, but I mean from like NXT. Was there anyone bred from NXT from scratch that's actually become a megastar? I don't think so. It seems like a waste of money to me. you could do a small. They're loaded anyways, but you could do a smaller one with less wrestlers that are starting from scratch. Maybe I just don't like all these wrestlers that are paid to train and get WWE contracts right from the start. When I wrestled for 20 years, had to pay to train and paid my dues and never got that contract. When I did get it, it got taken away. And by the way, I heard from Abdullah's lawyer today, who was responsible for my contract getting taken away. Which, by the way, he does tons of autograph sessions, but he's trying to blame me for getting less autograph sessions for bad mouthing him, bad mouthing a guy that never paid a cent of a lawsuit that he lost that cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars and cost me my WWE contract. So why would I not badmouth this guy when he's actually supposed to be sending me his earnings from these autograph sessions that he's making? But he's actually complaining. But he's booked lots. Yes, this generation has everything handed to them, but still complain. They do. This Midion had stomach surgery. I was looking at some of his food earlier on his Facebook page, and I mean, I just ate a large meal of lamb chops. But I'm definitely was hungry again looking at his cooking. Please like this video. You know what? I have to say one thing, and I do believe in God, and I'm not trying to be sacrilegious or anything. I believe in God. There's no way. I don't know what my purpose of in life, but there's literally no way I should be alive right now. Literally no way. It's truly a blessing. But so many people don't believe in ghosts and think aliens are all fake, even though the U.S. government has uh, has admitted to UFOs being an actual thing. That we're celebrating basically a ghost being resurrected today. And I'm not taking. I believe in a God and stuff. I just find it funny that so many people will like make fun of you for believing in ghosts. I have had an experience with a ghost before, which made me a believer. But it's like we easily accept this holiday that's all about a ghost, but you'll make fun of people that talk about ghosts and aliens. I just don't get it. There UFOs exist. It's not just the U.S. government. It's there's governments such as the Chilean government and France government that are very open about. I mean, where they're not necessarily aliens. There's something in the sky that we don't know what they are that appear to have far superior technology than us. By the way, I was watching an interview with a CIA woman the other day. Apparently, Iran is actually the most dangerous country to us right now, more so than Russia or China as far as an immediate danger. The other two are dangers, but Russia's quite busy with the Ukraine and apparently this CIA person said China's in it for the long haul. And apparently they have so I probably shouldn't even say this, but yeah, apparently the Chinese have so much more population that the number of spies that they have is just massive. It'd be impossible for the U.S. to produce as many spies as China has. But I did find it interesting that this CIA operative said that the most threatening country right now to us would be Iran. Skronk believes in extraterrestrials. Someone said they were called to England for crash. He saw the bodies. Oh, for yes, as far as ETs, and actually, my one of my best friends since I knew since grade one, his dad was very, very high in the Canadian Air Force, and his dad told him that I can't talk about it, but they're here. He said they walk among us. That's all he said to my friend, and that he's not the type that would bullshit. Someone watch a Dan Aykroyd documentary about UFOs. I actually have 3 UFO interviews coming up this week. I also have an interview with Brutus Beefcake, who had very good theme music, by the way. Yeah, I don't. I try not to get political on here. I just found the CIA interview thing interesting. But yeah, those are definitely the top 3 countries we've got to worry about. John Cena's favorite country, China.